So before we begin, I want you to listen to this video and pay close attention to the girl in the white tank top. And, you tell me how you felt about her attitude, her behavior during this discussion. Check it out.
I understand what you're saying 100%.
Yeah.
I also feel like a lot of that comes from trauma because one, black women just, in America at least specifically.
Now you're white.
Black women just...
What?
Oh my gosh, she's black.
Y'all gotta stop with the ignorant shit. Don't say no
First
white
of all,
shit
I'm
like that.
Trinidadian and Haitian. Ain't no white in me, bitch. Anyways.
Wait.
Bomba God!
Bomba clot,
Come here,
that
bitch.
bullshit. Oh, you said it? I was wondering who the fuck said it. I looked at him like, bitch, what the fuck?
Wow,
But nah, I'm not fucking white. Anyways, I feel like a lot of that anger and aggression and masculinity comes from black women trying to protect themselves in America. They don't feel safe. At the end of the day, the masculine and feminine energy is not balanced in America. It's very fucking off. Women are trying to do construction jobs. Men is trying to fucking make women go 50 and 50 and shit, and everything's just off. So at the end of the day, I feel like black women is just like it's a traumatic response, and yes, it's in their responsibility to heal it and not exert it out onto other people. But I just want to say I feel like that's a...
Or what if you wasn't
Well,
strong
I'm not
enough
gonna
for the
lie,
black
not in a
women
bad
you
way. I
dated?
would
Maybe
say
you
that
weren't strong enough.
I'm giving you
I wasn't
credit for that.
strong
but
enough.
that
No,
big
I'm
notch.
saying in a sense
You weren't strong enough.
of... No,
You couldn't handle it, Myron.
in a sense of, Myron, a black women, we know how to be humble and how to submit when we're in the presence of someone that's strong and that's a leader. So would you take self-accountability and maybe say you weren't a leader or you didn't know how to lead?
That's not everybody,
But
though.
I'm saying,
each woman is different.
No, but most
just asking a
women,
question.
and I'm just asking him a question respectfully. Would you feel like maybe you lacked something when you were dating those type of women?
Well, let's use your analogy.
Okay.
Let's say you found a guy that was attractive, but then you found out that he wore heels on Saturdays. Would you hang out with him?
I've been in that situation and know once I found out that he was a cross-dresser.
No, but how about this? What if he told you like, hey, you weren't feminine enough, so like, I had to kind of...
And honestly, I've got that before, and I'm just keeping it real because everyone has preferences, and I totally understand
You're
that.
missing the point of the analogy.
Yeah, you just
Okay,
missed it.
go ahead.
Like, you're basically making the argument about being selectively feminine, right? Oh, you might have not shown the strong personalities or whatever.
Right.
What I'm saying is that's the equivalent to a guy wearing heels every now and then and saying, oh, you weren't feminine enough. No, it's about if you're feminine all the time. If you're masculine all the time.
I
It's
don't
just
believe
that.
I don't agree with that
I
as
don't
well.
believe that.
I don't agree with
No,
that.
hold on.
We
hold
each
on.
have a
Hold on.
feminine
Look,
and masculine energy, and we
No, I
transfer
You
agree
guys,
with
from
you
it.
on
you guys
that.
can
I
say
agree
that.
with you on that.
You guys can say that all that you want, but my thing is this: men are expected to be masculine at all times, to be a man at all times. Why is that we let women pick and choose when they want to be a lady?
Says who? Who made that rule
Yeah.
that men has to be masculine at
You're
all
confused
times?
on that.
That's not true.
And what
They
if
do.
Men are
that's
able to
way-
you
What's
They
guys know.
One at a
absolutely
time.
do. One at a
I
time.
can't- we can't have
No,
y'all.
they absolutely
Baby,
do
it does.
because men have to be masculine at all times. If a guy shows some type of
course.
weakness or he shows some type of inadequacy of being able to be a leader or whatever it may be, please let me finish my point.
No, I'm letting you.
I get that, but like, yeah, it's distracting.
Okay, I'll calm down. sir.
So men are expected to be men at all times, right? I can't pick and choose when I want to go and deal with the robbers that break in the house. I can't pick and choose when I want to pay bills. I can't pick and choose when I want to be a leader. I'm supposed to be a man at all times.
Yeah.
But I find it very interesting that women can pick and choose when they want to be a lady. They want to be able to turn up and be a boss babe
Okay,
sometimes,
I'm with
and
you
then they
on
want to be
that.
able to be a lady
I'm
and be
with you
treated
on
like
that.
gentleman treatment on another
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that if I'm expected to be a man at all times, I want a woman that's going to be a lady at all times, not based on how she interprets things or whatever, because I don't want a woman that picks and chooses when she's a lady.
Let's make sure we like, subscribe, and share this channel. My goal is to reach 500 within this month, within the next month, or in 2 months. And the more you guys can help me, the better. There's so much more I can do once I reach 500. So please help me out. It would greatly be appreciated. So right now I want to talk about black men, black women, and black women attitude. So this conversation's been going on for years, because there's been a growing tension in the conversation around relationships between black men and black women. Some black men express feelings of being unsupported, emasculated, and citing concerns about expectations around income, emotional expression, and co-parenting dynamics. So women, especially black women, they feel like they're misunderstood, unfairly labeled, or burdened by expectations rooted in outdated gender norms. So this is something that we need to work on. So, instead of blaming, we need to come up with a solution. So, I'm always willing to face these challenges, and so that we can come up with something that's going to work, because right now it is not working. I've talked about this time after time, that since after the women movement, especially like the Me Too, these extreme feminist women who are mostly lesbians, telling women that they don't need a man, and black women really gravitated to this and attached themselves to this ideology that black women are more superior, that they saving this country, they're untouchable, and black men are holding them back, and keeping them from reaching the stars. Tyler Perry does movies where he always placed black women in these high executive position, while, black men with drug dealers, there's some black men he'll have, but most of the men he put out there, gay, or something. And that's because we have been emasculated so much that we don't have an identity. Black men don't know if they're coming or going. And this is the truth. And then when you have people from other races that make that black man feel like he is a man, that he can stand on his own 2 feet when he's going through hard times, that they have his back and they will stand with him, even if he's working at McDonald's. Have you ever seen a white ratchet girl? She'll stand by a worthless black guy anytime. Like, she'll stand by him. She might have mouth and lip, but she'll stand by him. Black women today are looking for 6-figure income men. They want to hold on to their money. The man should pay all the bills, because they say he is the man, and the man is supposed to do all of this. But in these times, it's impossible. And most black men are looking for somebody for support, emotional support, and they're looking for a submissive female. We're not talking about a submissive female or somebody that is, gonna obey, listen to. No, what we want is, when we come in the house, when we come home, we can actually say, like, hey, I'm home and so forth. The black female treats him like he is the man, and makes him feel like he is somebody that he was meant to be. But right now, that's not the case. Most of the black men are in prison. A lot are illiterate, not getting the education that they need. Can't get great jobs because of child support or other things like felonies and so forth, which keeps them from possessing a driver's license or passport or whatever else that they cannot get. They can't go in and get a loan or anything like that, because they're felons or they owe money and they cannot keep up. Whereby the black woman, which, if you notice, President Trump got a bill that has some cuts going into some of the social programs. It's been needed for a long time, but most of the women, I was listening to a lot of black women and others screaming and crying, these cuts, because these women can get money. When they file their taxes, they get a huge tax credit because of their kids, while the man gets nothing. So this is a problem here in America, and I don't know what to say, but I know that black women really need to step back, take a look at the situation, and really come to an understanding that, you know, what they're doing is not helping, it's actually hurting.
See, that's the face. That's the face that people think as a black woman is rude and mean. And it's simply just, I'm rusty. And I think a lot of people need to understand that black people are not even just people, black women are focused on everyone else's opinion all the time. And I'm so sorry to break it down to you. You know, it's just like we are thinking in our own brain, in our own way, all the time. And sometimes we're not worried about you. Honestly, all the time. You know? So if it comes off as if, oh, you're rude, it's just that we don't give a okay.
So did you get a chance to see that first video I had posted with the girl wearing the white tank top? Did you notice her attitude, like, immediately, and then call the guy a bitch, even though the guy didn't say anything? She picked the wrong person, just immediately bitch. And then when the host, I think his name is Myron, when he asked her to stop interrupting him so he could finish saying what he was saying, she caught an attitude. She was like, sure, fine. And did you see her face and how she was blinking? That's the problem right there. That's the problem, the disrespect. And this isn't all black women, but there are a lot of them. It feels like they have to do more, like to prove themselves. And by doing that, they will disrespect anybody in their way so that they can get what they feel is where they belong. I just don't understand it. The other video I just posted, showing this lady, she had that face that when we see it, we're like, is anything okay? Are you angry? But she said, you know, how it's not that she's angry, but then listen to what she was saying, and right there, that's something that I know most guys don't want to deal with, that type of behavior. So this is something that's been going on. It seems like it won't stop, and it's getting worse.
Black women. If y'all know y'all got bad attitudes, why the hell you working customer service? If you know your attitude fucked up and you know your attitude bad, why the hell you working a fucking customer service job? Make it make sense. Every time I walk into this one place, right, the same young lady got an attitude. Now the food off the chain, now the food is fire, and that's the only reason why I keep coming back. And I don't always see her when I go. Different people, you know, other people at the store, you know, waited on me, whatever, cool. But it's always this one young lady, black young lady, always got attitude. You walk to the register, she don't say, hey, how may I help you? No, she just stare at you. Just like that. And you look like, should I order what? So today, I ordered a salad. Salad came with rotisserie chicken, bacon, whole bunch of other stuff. I told them to take some stuff off, but, you know, she forgot the bacon. We human. I get it. We make mistakes. Cool. I said, hey, don't it supposed to come with bacon? She just looked at me, took the motherfucking salad, looked at me like, nigga, how dare you correct me? What? Stop working these motherfucking customer service jobs if your attitude bad, because you fucking up these people business. I like the food, so I'm gonna keep going back. Motherfuckers not gonna keep coming back with that fucking attitude. Now y'all supposed to be more successful, supposed to have more degrees, supposed to be more all this and that. Find you another stream of income. It's 2022. Y'all making more than men now, right? Find you another income, just because the shit is ridiculous. And it's not the first time this young lady I had an encounter with this young lady, and it's not the first restaurant I had an encounter with a different young lady. If you know your attitude fucked up, why you working customer service job? And I know y'all gonna come in here and attack me, I'm a misogynist, all that, cool. Label me how you want to label. White women, they have attitudes too. I care about black women. I ain't saying I don't care about white women. I love black women. I want to see y'all do better. Stop working these customer service jobs if your attitude bad. Nobody told you to fill out the application. When you filled out the application, you knew you was dealing with people. Stop with these damn attitudes, man. Stop with these damn attitudes, man. The food good though. I'm gonna go back, but still, every time I go in there and I see her, I already know it's just I'm gonna have to triple check my food because she got an attitude, and something's gonna be wrong with her, motherfucker.
And just to clear the air, I don't give a fuck about how nobody feel about me. Keep feeling it, bitch.
And trust me, we're not going to care how you feel, because just drama, just total drama. But yeah, I don't know how we come up with a solution for this, because we have to, because I keep telling people the black population will go to fourth, while the Asian population will rise and then become third. And it baffles me how we were second in population, growing, married family with kids, we were growing. How did we go from being a family, a husband, wife, the husband, the hierarchy, it flowed. It flowed. And the kids were growing up, thirsty for an education. The children were growing up thirsty to learn, thirsty to do something. How did we go from that during Jim Crow to a bunch of kids that barely can read, write, do math? They can barely do this at grade level. Like, we lead in illiteracy. How do we enjoy being in prison? Going to prison for stupid things. How do we enjoy this? How do we enjoy being rappers, glorifying gang violence, singing about women and how we degrade them, like how are we allowing this? How are we doing this? And if you want to say the white man did this, the old excuse that we love to use, because that's the number one thing we run to, systemic racism and all that stuff. Let's go with that. Since we know it, why are we not putting our best foot forward so that we can prevent it and do better? But no, we allowed the race hustlers like the Mark Lamont Hill, the Roland Martin, the Al Sharpton, the Michael Eric Dyson, these buffoons to get in our lives and to tell us a bunch of junk, because they're making the money now. They're enriching themselves while you're still struggling and remaining on those social programs. So I just don't get it. We have fallen badly. We're fallen, and it seems like we don't want to grow. And now black women are the breadwinner. It's the black woman, the children, and then the man. This is the truth. Black woman, the children, the pets, then the man. And sometimes the pets are over the children, but it's basically the black woman, the children, pets, then the man. The man is at the bottom because he has no resource. Black men don't get together. We don't. Because we love fighting each other, jealousy, we're ready to stab, shoot, kill. That's us. We don't get together and plan things like, how do we combat an unfair child support system? How do we combat an unfair criminal justice system? Which, let's be honest, Trump did take the necessary steps for criminal justice reform, but there's still more that needs to be done. So how do we address these things, so that we can be once again at the top of that pyramid instead of the bottom, grabbing I don't want to feel like that. If I'm going to feel like that, I'm rather be alone. I want to feel like I'm at the top of that pyramid. And my wife, whether black, white, Asian, Hispanic, should love me and respect me for the man that I am, or the man that I am with her. Because not everybody else is going to like you, but when I'm in that relationship. So black women really need to like get together, stop with the allowing these extreme feminist group, especially lesbians, because Nikki Giovanni was a pitiful disgrace. Not saying it because she passed away, but she was a pitiful excuse for a feminist, because she told women to basically stay away from men as she frolicked in the fields with other women. And there's nothing wrong with being with other women. If you want to be with another woman, that's fine. But don't sit down and tell other women to do the same thing you're doing as you're destroying the man. That's what they don't realize, And if you look at the Democratic Party today, you notice a lot of them are more on the feminine side than the masculine side. And this is the truth. And so black men have become more weak because we have no resource. We have we don't have we don't have any source of unity. I can't sit down. If I sit down and say, hey, let's try to get so many men together so that we can combat certain issues. Like if we could get together and do that, maybe black women can stop degrading us, keeping us down there as they continue climbing that ladder. Because now black women are saying they have to go to like white men or Indian or Asian or whatever, because if they're making $80,000 a year and you're working in the back of a damn kitchen, if you're not leading that restaurant or something, but you're just working in the back of the kitchen or at McDonald's or doing the minimum wage job, because so many of us are being held back by felonies, child support, whatever it is. So these women feel like, I'm making $80,000. I'm not going to take care of a man. So you see, wrong mindset, but that's how they think. They're going to look for somebody that's making 3 times more than what they're making. They want somebody, because this is the truth. Black people, especially black women, are very materialistic. We want to drive the nice cars. We want to have the fancy shoes. We're the only ones that we gotta have gold here and this and that. While everybody else don't do it. They might have one little chain here. This is silver. I don't, I'm not buying no gold. This is silver. But we're very materialistic. We'll spend our money on anything, and black women want to be able to spend your money on things while they're holding on to theirs, building their fortune as you go broke. That's the truth. And I'm not saying this is all black women, but I'm just saying that this is the truth and this is what's happening. And black men need to get together, and they really need to address certain issues. And if they show that they're strong, that they're very serious, then I think we could see a lot of changes. We can then probably start seeing black women really standing like how it was during the Jim Crow era, where black women were standing by their man and helping them to achieve goals, to see changes. They were there, and they had their children with them, and they stood by their man. Now you couldn't get a black woman to stand next to you if they was ready, if you was gonna probably win a case or something, because they're looking for more. They're looking for more. Like I said, materialistic things is something that they want. They want that house. They want that fancy car. They want the nice shoes, the look, and they want that top position. So the one thing I can say about black women over black men is that black women are more ambitious than black men. Black men put their whole mind on, I want to be a football player, a basketball player, I want to be a rapper. They don't show ambition for things like, I want to be an executive at a law firm, or I want to start my own business. Whenever a black person start a business, it's always like barbecue stand somewhere or something like that. Black women look to start business, but real business, that a business that can grow, that can, that it can multiply, can bring in real success. That is the one thing I give black women hella lot credit for. But what happens is once they have that mindset, they look down on the other side. And that's where the problem begins. So, that's my perspective on the whole thing. Let me know if you feel I'm right or wrong. Please leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. Please, once again, like, subscribe, share this video, and let's help me reach 500. Okay, I'm at 99. I need to reach 500. So please help me so that I can be a success. I have ambitions. I want to be like others. I would like to have a podcast where it's successful, where people can have true dialogue. Because even if I'm wrong on something, at least let's have that dialogue without being angry at each other, without screaming. Let's have true dialogue. And so please leave a comment. Let me know if you feel like I'm right or wrong. Okay. Once again, you guys have a great day. Enjoy it. Well, it's hot as hell out there. So wherever you're at, enjoy your day, enjoy your family, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.